So, I've been YouTubing for the past few days because I'm excited to go back to college. This is my sophomore year. And I have been stressing about moving, and I actually have like a bunch of boxes over there. But what I noticed is a lot of the things that I learned moving in for freshman year aren't in these videos. Maybe they're common sense, I don't know, but I'm gonna make a video anyway discussing my 25, I just counted, tips and hacks and tricks, or whatever you want to call them. Alright, so the first thing I have is space bags. Oh my gosh. Use space bags for your hanging clothes. There are hanging space bags now. I don't know if anyone knows that, but I found them. They're at the Container Store. Oh my gosh. Hanging space bags, regular space bags, space bags. I have this one, like, giant bin, and I can fit all of my towels, all of my sheets, my king-size comforter, and pillows, and a sleeping bag, and my yoga mat, all in there because of space bags. This moment of silence for that. So the second thing for move-in hacks is to say goodbye to your family and whoever moves you in outside the room. Personally, I think for me, it was because my roommate was there, or roommates, I had 2 roommates at the time, were there, and I didn't want to, infringe on them and make them uncomfortable, because my other roommate, she said goodbye to her parents in front of us, and it was very awkward, because she cried for like the next few hours. Anyway, so I suggest doing that in the parking lot, or at a lunch, or whatever you want to do. Plus, you don't want negative vibes inside the room, So number 3, I suggest that you pack everything that you think you're gonna need, including like the snacks, whatever, before you get to school, because you will have to bring those things home. And I bought all my laundry detergent and my shampoos and all of that when I got to school for freshman year, and then I figured out, wow, I don't have any place to put this when I'm moving out. So I suggest packing everything that you think you're going to need when you're going there, because you're going to have to bring it back. And a lot of times you don't run out of your shampoo, you don't run out of your detergent, whatever, and you're going to have to bring it back. So yeah, there's that. Also, ask yourself the question of, can I use this 4 years? For FOR or FOUR. Works either way. Also, another space-saving tip is to roll your clothes or towels or whatever. It saves space. It doesn't seem like it does, but it does. I promise you. Because I've packed like suitcases in the past and just folded and packed it in, and I can pack way more if I roll. So there's that. So my next thing is to remove all packaging before you move in. And like, for example, like I have this Swiffer duster thing, and it has this like pretty big like plastic thing that covers like the actual brush. I suggest unpacking that, because then it can squish down more and be smaller to pack. So there's that. So yeah. The next one is the same kind of organization, maximizing the space. So fill all the space. If you have a trash can, like a little mini trash can, or even like cups that you're putting in bins, fill those trash cans, fill those cups with things so that you can put more in. Because there's so much space inside those things that you can fill and use. There's that. Also, I recommend practice packing your vehicle or your car or your U-Haul or whatever you're bringing to school to move yourself in, so that you know if you need to downsize beforehand or if you have more room. So I also recommend bringing a suitcase for just like a small one, so when you're moving, when you're like going home for the weekend or for break or something, you can pack a few new things for clothes and whatever. Also, wait to get school supplies because you don't know what you're gonna need. One thing I found is for high school, I used binders and folders and paper and dividers and tons of pencils and all of that. But when I got to college, I realized a lot of the stuff is online and I don't need glue sticks. Like, they don't have you do projects like that usually. But if they do, you can always run to the store when you're down there and grab a glue stick. So there's that. I also recommend for move-in day, bring one roll of toilet paper and one roll of paper towels. Because a lot of times they don't give you that in your dorm. So, like if you have like a suite style bathroom or whatever. So bring one of those so that you don't have to go down to the lobby and use the public bathroom every time. So you can use your own bathroom. Also, when you get bins, but also find bins that fit together. Like I said before, I have this gigantic like trunk style bin, but I can fit another bin inside. So that's nice. Also, the trunk size bin, I put a little mat or pillow or cushion on top of it, and it can double as seating. Or a side table, up to you. So yeah, next thing is color catchers, because dang, oh my gosh, they save you so much money. Because instead of having to do like 3 loads for darks, colors, and whites, you can do 1 whole load with color catchers, or even 2 loads if you're scared about your whites. And then it saves you a whole load. And that's like, I think it was $1.50 for a whole like run through, like washing and drying. And even the dryer didn't really dry at my school. It was broken a lot of times. So there's that. So color catchers. I think they're from I don't know, they're in an orange box. So yeah. Also, look at what you use in one day or even a week, and that way you can get an idea of what you actually need. Like when you wake up in the morning, what facial products do you use, what toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner, whatever you use, clothing, shoes, whatever. Because you're not gonna need like heels all the time at school. So bring 1 pair, if that. Like I don't even bring a pair because I don't wear heels, but that's just me. Also, whenever you can, get things that can fold up or that are soft so that they can, squish down, because it will save you so much space. Like I have an over-the-door laundry hamper that folds up. My shower caddy last year was this big bulky thing, and now I have one that's mesh so I can fold it up. And oh my gosh, it saved me so much space. Like this bin I have with the big bulky thing was full to the brim, but now that I have the mesh thing, it's like halfway. Like it saved me half the space of that bin. That's insane. So yeah, foldable items. Also, save as much money as you can during the summer. Like if you have a job or if you have graduation money, save as much money as you can, because once you get to college and if you don't want to get a job during the school year, you're gonna want money because everyone's gonna want to go to the movies or out to dinner or whatever. And you're gonna want to go and you're gonna need money to do that. If you have parents that are willing to give you an allowance every day or every month or whatever, then that's awesome, and I have that too. But I want to save that for groceries. So I use the money that I made the summers before for the luxury things. Next is bigger isn't always better. Funny story. When we were moving out, me and my roommate got these boxes for moving out. They're just like cardboard boxes, but she got them too big to the point where she could only fit like 2 in her trunk, and she got like 9. So that's rough. Make sure that you buy boxes that can fit in your car or vehicle or U-Haul or whatever. Because if they're too big, then one, they get heavy, and two, they might not even fit in your car or your dorm or whatever. So be mindful of that. Next is, if you can, I know that a lot of cars are really, really like stuffed full, so you might not be able to, but if you can, bring a dolly, like a little wheelie whatever, so you can put boxes on it. Because my school does have some, but there's only like 3 for the entire building, so I do recommend bringing your own so you don't have to wait for that. Or buy bins that have wheels. That big trunk, I said, I love this big trunk, by the way, if you couldn't tell. But this big trunk has wheels on it, and it's one of my favorite things, to be honest. So when you're packing up during the summer, I recommend not closing boxes so that you can put more in and take things out and all that kind of thing, because it is Tetris. You're gonna have to pack and repack the boxes over the summer. Like, when I got home, I reorganized myself because I kind of waited till the last minute to pack at school. And so I reorganized myself and all of that, and I pared down a lot. And then recently, because I'm getting ready to go back to school, I've been reorganizing even more and downsizing even more. And I kind of wish that I had these boxes open so that I could just, do it gradually over the summer. Also, this might be just me, but I'm very OCD and I'm very anxious. And so when I got to school last year, when I was moving in, we got all the stuff in, and both my roommates were there, and it was like a lot to handle. It was overwhelming. My mom kept asking me what to do, and I just could not handle it. So I highly recommend for people who are like me to get everything in your room, maybe, because with my school, like, they had like a line of cars that could come up to the door, but you had, it's a line, so you want to move. Anyway, so I would get everything that you can into your room, and then I would take a break. My move-in was in the morning, so we could go get lunch and go to Target or whatever we needed, and then come back. And I highly recommend that because it gives you time to, like, take a deep breath and, like, come back to it. So I do recommend that. Also, like I said, with the open boxes thing, you should separate what you think you'll use during the summer, like clothing, away from the things that you can keep packed all summer. So, like, my bath caddy, I'm not gonna need that while I'm at home, so I'm gonna keep that packed. And, like, my hammock, I have a hammock for when I'm at school, but I don't really have any place to use it at home. So I highly recommend packing, like, your school supplies and all of that in boxes, and your sheets when you don't need to use them, because then they can stay out of the way, you're not using them, and all of that. And keep it separate so that you can use the stuff that you need and keep the stuff that you don't need away. I would also recommend, especially if you have, like, bigger cars, to if you have a rug, roll out the rug, because it lays flat, and that would save you a lot of space than rolling it up and, stacking it on top of something. But that's only if possible if you have a big enough car, because if it bunches up, then it's just gonna do the same thing. Also, I would recommend, if you have a chance to go up to your room and look at it, like, see what you want to, like, what furniture you may want to move, like your desk. Like, I moved my desk out into the common room that we had because there was just too much going on in the bedroom. So I would recommend doing that before you move all your stuff in, so that you have enough space to do it. Also, this is the last thing, you really have to be prepared to let things go. Like, in the beginning of the summer, when I was moving out, I had so much stuff because, like I said before, like, I got I bought a lot of things that I like didn't prepare for in packing to go home. So I had to get rid of a lot of things. Like I got rid of these 2 drawers that I really liked, and it kind of sucked. Also, I almost had to get rid of this mirror that I absolutely love because it has little hooks that you can put your jewelry on, and I just love it. And I was so sad when my dad was like, I don't think you can keep this. Thankfully, we could unscrew the over-the-door hanger things, and it would fit very barely. But be prepared to let things go, because when you're packing, like, not everything's gonna fit. But also, at the same time, there are breaks and stuff that your parents can bring things up. And when you're moving out, too, like, they can bring things back gradually. So, anyway, that's all that I have, and I wish that a lot of these other videos would show it and talk about it, because these are life-saving. Like, honestly. I wish that a lot of people knew this before, and I wish that I had some of these going into college and coming out of college. So yeah. Thanks. Bye.